But let's talk about probably the most disturbing and disgusting thing I have seen in my lifetime was the display by the evil, grotesque monsters of Hamas over the past few days, parading dead babies and parading the bodies of people who weren't the dead person. It's absolutely disgusting. We'll be chatting to Quanta Ahmed later in the show. Is there any depth to the depravity of these monsters of Hamas? And how on earth the Australian government can be bringing 3,000 Gazans into this country is utterly beyond me. I find it despicable. We are bringing evil, potentially, a society that has been brought under Hamas and Anwar, including Anwar, educated in evil, educated in anti-Semitism, and we're bringing people from there. It just appalls me, James.
Well, Rowan, it appalls me too. And these scenes that we have seen out of Gaza, and shame also on the Red Cross for going and letting themselves be used to sit on the stage while they parade these hostages for one last time, to be jeered at and terrorized by the Hamas crowd and legitimize these people. I think that is just disgraceful. I have been so sickened, not just by the Beavis children and all of that horror, but just the displays of these hostages. They come out, they bring them out, they make them say things, they terrorize them.
Disgusting.
And the crowds, the same crowds that on October 7th were cheering and beating them with sticks and everything else when they were bringing them in.
That were involved in the kidnappings and rapes.
And you know, I have been to southern Israel. I have been to the kibbutzes where these people came in and committed horrendous murders and rapes and all sorts of other crimes. The thing you need to know about this here is that these people down in southern Israel were so committed to peace, and they dealt with the Gazans, and they brought them in, and they took them to medical appointments in Israel, and they did so much to help. And these Gazans were collecting intelligence that was used on October 7th.
Against them.
And after the fences were breached by Hamas on October 7th, freelancers came in to take and do what they could. I'm sorry, when you look at Hamas society, it's like you can't separate Hamas from the civilians. It's just Hamas and accomplices.
And those accomplices include Anwar, and we have not heard from the Teals or Penny Wong any apology at all that your taxpayers' money, your money was going to help fund these monsters thanks to Penny Wong, Labor and the Teals. Remember that when you're voting, Rita.
Yes, the scenes, even in the last 24 hours, the last living hostages have been released, including a man who's been held by Hamas in Gaza for 10 years. This poor man has some mental issues. He went into Gaza. He sort of wandered in there a decade ago.
Oh, God.
And they took him hostage. You can see there he's missing a finger. He looks utterly haunted. And this is the display with his release today. So all those people who condemn Israel as some sort of white supremacist, colonialist project that is, promoting apartheid and all the crazy crap you hear from universities down, this is who you're defending. I mean, that poor man, God knows what he's endured for the last decade. And it's just sickening to think that we've still got people within our government, these deluded fools, who think a two-state solution is possible with that.
Idiots.
And how's that going to work? I would love these people to articulate how we can have two-state solution with what we're seeing there.
Yeah, well, these same idiots want to bring Gazans into this country. They should hang their heads in shame.